Okay, I'll go ahead and call the budget meeting to order. Do have a set of minutes for May 28th.
Motion to approve.
Have a motion and a second. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? All right, is there any public comment this evening? Okay, we'll close public comments. Finance Director's report.
Yeah, so emailed you guys out a copy of the budget today, complete with the tax rate resolution and the appropriations resolution. All funds, including the addition of the SRO, the new employee over the landfill, return tables in Water County 189. So whatever I've given you before, please refer to your email. If you want a hard copy of what's in the email, I'm more than happy to give that to you. Just let me know. Everybody will get a hard copy of the budget book this year. I don't think we're gonna continue to do the budget in ClearGov. I think we're gonna fire them, but that's still being talked about right now. So that will be confirmed here shortly. Otherwise, the books aren't closed, so you just have a fund balance report in your packet. I would also like to say, given it's the last opportunity, what a pleasure it's been to work with Miss Lisa. She's been tremendous with us, always helped us with anything we needed, and really appreciate having the opportunity to work with you.
Budget amendments.
First budget amendment, most of the large stuff here is trustees commissions. When we take in more money, the trustee gets a larger commission. I have done this before in separate budget amendments, and Mike loves having to write that many resolutions.
Yeah, I'm disappointed right now.
Yeah, so across 40 to 50 different departments and et cetera, these are the cleanup entries, budget amendment that needs to be made so we don't actually overspend anything. Again, the vast majority of it's trustees commissions. There's some other stuff in there as well. But thank you.
Second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second to approve. Is there any questions? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed?
I don't think it says, but that will be non-recurring, of course. The second one for the sheriff department is moving money out of the deputy line into other salaries and wages to cover patrol and detective and jail overtime.
Motion to approve.
So. Have a motion and a second. Any questions? All in favor say aye. Any opposed?
The next thing in here is the litter grant. I think y'all discussed.
Yeah, it's just, when we approved it last month, we found out that we had a wrong date in it, so it just needs to be corrected at the meeting, but if you'll go ahead and approve it.
So a motion to accept it with the correct date, I guess is what you need.
Yeah. So moved.
Second.
Have a motion and a second. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed?
Next one is for WEMA. They're moving money out of communications into utilities to cover through the end of the year.
Motion approved.
Second.
Have a motion and a second. Is there any questions, comments? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Only one person?
The next grant, I'm sorry. The next grant in there is actually for fiscal year 26. You notice the date, it starts 9/1/24, goes through 4/30/27, but this is the 26 portion of that, $170,000. That has been put into your budget, so if you vote against it, I'm gonna have to go pull that back out of the budget. But $170,000 for the Homeland Security grant.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Have a motion and a second. Any questions? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed?
Mike, I'm gonna turn this next one over to you again. It has to do with the property tax freeze. I know there was some language issues there, whatever.
Yeah, and let me do the best I can with that, and Haskell, you jump in here.
Right behind you.
All right, you got my back.
I got your back.
All right, there was some questions about the way I worded it last time, so we had a meeting week or 10 days ago with two gentlemen from the comptroller's office. Commissioner Evans was there, myself, the mayor, Seems like one other, maybe Aaron, were you
I was not.
there? Okay, sorry, I'll give you credit. But anyway, from that, I thought I had an understanding of how they wanted it worded, and that's the way it's worded. I know it was a private citizen there. And that citizen has sent me something saying he thought it ought to be something else. I'm gonna ride with this because when we left there that day, the comptroller, well, took his language, not the comptroller, but the deputy.
Phone it.
So,
The only question that there was, Mike, was the lack of the specific citation of the Tennessee code. A pen Mr. Ed down this afternoon just to see, and that was,
he'll feel better if I put that in there.
well, he would feel better, and actually the gentleman from the comptroller said that he thought that that would be appropriate, but again, he's not an attorney. I'm not an attorney.
No,
I didn't
I'm not,
stay at
I'm just saying
at
that,
the end last night.
that word appropriate comes up every time I talk to you, I'm on 2 or 3 different things, so, I'll fix it.
Phone it.
I
Second.
just got a quick question.
Okay, a motion and a second. Question?
Does it start for this coming tax year, meaning the tax bills that go out this coming October, or is this for the following tax year?
It'll start next year.
They can sign up for it
Yeah. This year.
next year.
Okay, so it starts the 26 tax year, right? Because we're in the, hang on, because they always, the bills are in a backwards, they're a year in arrears.
You know, one job.
Okay. Yeah, well, that's what I'm reading, it was 25, that's why I'm asking as to, does this apply to the bills, meaning that the trustee has to actually put this into bills that are gonna go out in, September?
Yes.
Okay,
Now,
has anybody consulted them to make sure that they're okay with that date? And the reason I'm asking is because I actually had some
It
clerks
doesn't go out
ask
in
me.
bills this September.
I'm asking a
Not this coming
question.
September, no.
Okay, so this applies to the following year.
Yeah, it'll be calendar year 26. So,
Okay.
so if it's after July 1, 2025, the 25 taxes will fund the 26 fiscal year.
Right,
So it'll be fiscal year 27 when this will actually kick in.
gotcha,
Is this-
okay, that's
is
what I was
this
trying
date
to
right?
understand
Yes.
based on the
Okay.
language saying after 2025 here.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
the date is right, but I need to add what, Haskell just said, and I can do that. So, there'll be something in your packet.
Mike, I think you actually did cite that in your first resolution.
Did I?
I think so.
Okay.
So
Okay, I have a motion. Is there a second?
Second.
Motion and a second. Any further discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed?
we're ready for Ms. Lisa.
Budget Amendment 2025-15. First two groups are our summer learning camp. That's a state grant that is given to us, and that is a revision they've done in the plan, and so we're just bringing it to add it into units for approval. Differences, the next is just a difference in the Watertown Middle School land purchase and extra fees that were added just to fixing that budget to absorb those. We received a donation from Tennessee Valley Robotics, reporting that donation and related expenditures. The next is just a cleanup entry, make sure we don't go over budget any of our line items, those that are listed. And then the last is our Tennessee risk management proceeds that we received, and the related expenditure line items that the expenses we
Motion to approve.
Second.
Have a motion and a second. Any comments, questions? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay, is there any old business that needs to come up?
Don't know if it's old business or new business. You wanna address it, or do you want?
I can if you want me to.
Yeah, why don't you?
Okay,
And I've got a resolution here, let me.
there should be copies, I think Aaron made copies of this.
Is it in here?
No, I didn't. I let you bring this.
I've got it.
You got it?
Yeah, you go ahead and talk, I'll pass it.
Okay, alright, so this is the judge's tax that we've talked about before. There was a resolution that was passed in 2008 that is based on TCA, which you'll see in the resolution, it's 3 pages long, but what it is it sets up the judicial tax that pays for the salaries of our general sessions judges. And it's supposed to be changed annually, so as the legislature changes the salaries of the judges, this is supposed to be changed annually to cover that fee or those salaries, and it hasn't been changed since 2008. So this is catching us up, basically. So it went through judicial already in April, and it was supposed to come through you guys in May, and it didn't, so that's why you're seeing it now. So this is just, it's based on a formula, so there's an Excel sheet, you put in numbers, and that's what spits out the 6142. So it's not something that comes out of the air, it's math, basically. So that's all this is, it just sets the fee commensurate to what we actually are gonna pay our general sessions judges this coming fiscal year, which is how it's supposed to be set up and how it was supposed to be set up since 2008 going forward, but it hasn't been changed since 2008. So that's what it is.
And it will apply to everything except juvenile court cases. So anything that a general sessions judge presides over, it will cover. Of course, it only applies in criminal general sessions if they're found guilty. Because if it's not, there's no cost. But this is designed years ago, and I don't remember when it happened, the legislature put the cost of general sessions judges' salaries on the counties because they were not considered state judges. So then they came along with this statute to give you a means of collecting the money for their salaries. So that's what this is.
Motion approved.
I do have one question. Did we miss out on revenue since 2008 because this wasn't updated?
Absolutely.
Dude, I thought y'all said,
Yeah.
Yes, it's been 20, okay, so it was set in 2008 and it was set at $18 per case. And it's stayed there, but
We're still at $18 until this changes.
that is correct.
And what is it going to?
6142.
I thought
So-
somebody told me during the process that it had been going up automatically each year, we just hadn't done the resolution.
No, we haven't
No.
raised it. We haven't raised it.
That's some money in the table.
Do the math.
So, yeah, so instead of generating about
We've been getting a bill for a
200,000,
while.
it's gonna give us 615.
Okay, there's been a motion, is there a second?
Second.
Okay, motion and a second, I assume it's okay to vote on this?
Yeah, I was asked that question today. This is the last time to do it and get it next year's budget. So I consider that an emergency. We had a situation at the road department too. We talked about this, you probably remember when we met 3 or 4 months ago about how to handle these things.
Yeah.
And we thought that June might be a difficult month because people were meeting so early. And people, along about the 15th, 20th, can say, ooh, I need to move some money. So we tried to encourage everybody to get that in, but anything that's in there, we need to vote on tonight.
So we have a motion and a second, is anything else? All in favor say aye. Any opposed? All right, is there any other business that needs to come before the committee? One other motion?
Motion to adjourn.
Thank y'all, y'all be careful out there.